What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis. We got some major news here for you guys, and actually some money coming to potentially millions of people here that we'll go over here in this video one by one here. Yeah, so if you're new to our channel or if you haven't yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below here, and don't forget to hit the like button for us here. We got several things here for you guys here that we'll go over here one by one here. So let's jump right in, and here we go. Okay, first up, Governor Jim Justice from West Virginia says that he's ready to move on with a car tax rebate plan and a path towards income tax elimination. So we're starting to see this from a lot of different governors as a way to give back money to their residents. Remember that every single state right now has budget surplus, basically extra money, and different states are sending out state stimulus checks or trying to find different ways to give money back to their residents. We've seen 33 different states here right now so far this year sent out state stimulus checks, and every single state's doing it slightly differently here on how to send money back to their residents. And there's probably going to be a lot more doing this here even next year as well. Yeah, Governor Jim Justice here says he won't delay in giving his car tax rebate bill to state lawmakers when next year's regular session begins. He says, quote, "I will send a bill on day one of the session in getting rid of the car tax forevermore." Justice's position on tax relief is buoyed by the lopsided defeat of Amendment 2 in Tuesday's general election. The proposed amendment, backed by Republican lawmakers, would have allowed the legislature to eliminate some property taxes on businesses and the car tax. Justice mounted a successful statewide campaign, what most believe is the main reason why the amendment was defeated. Justice said his rebate plan will work without a change in the Constitution. "I'll not only get rid of it, but rebate you back to January 2022. Secondly, Justice said he'll send the legislature a comprehensive plan that will move towards the total elimination of the state's personal income tax, which seems pretty good, honestly. States like Texas and Florida have no income tax either. Justice said Wednesday he wants lawmakers to aid in the formation of the plan. And this is after the election. So, seems pretty good, right? It would be welcome to work with the Senate leadership and House leadership to develop that plan. He said it's time to go big. Next up, deadline for $650 property tax rebate from Pennsylvania for 65 years and older. Yeah, Pennsylvania homeowners 65 years and above could soon be eligible for an additional one-time property tax rebate of up to $650. This one-time property tax rebate from Pennsylvania will go to residents who are approved for the standard rebates on property taxes or rent paid in 2021. This was from Governor Wolf, Tom Wolf, who there's now a new governor there, proposed this one-time tax rebate to Pennsylvania to assist older or disabled residents who are still recovering from the pandemic. And those who haven't yet filed their 2021 claims have until the end of the year to apply for this rebate. This property tax rebate will benefit residents who are 65 years or older, widows who are 50 years and older, as well as people with disabilities who are at least 18. Even spouses, personal representatives, or estates will be able to file rebate claims on behalf of claimants who lived at least one day in 2021 and met all other eligibility requirements. To get more details on the one-time bonus property tax rebate from Pennsylvania, visit revenue.pa.gov. Probably just Google it. Google Pennsylvania property tax rebate, and you'll find it on Google. To qualify for the rebate, your annual income of homeowners should be less than $35,000, while the income for renters is $15,000 or less. It's noted that half of Social Security income is excluded for the purpose of calculating the income for rebates. So you have to apply for this, okay? You have to apply for this, but it's basically a check that you wouldn't get if you don't apply. So it's kind of like a stimulus check that you can get, but you've got to apply for it. So you can get $650 or $975. So apply. This is part of what I do here on this channel, is try to help as many people as possible. Tax rebate 2022. Residents in Idaho have until the end of the year to apply to receive up to $600. Yeah, residents in Idaho have until the end of the year to apply for a tax rebate featuring up to $300 for individuals and $600 for joint filers. Idahoans must have been full-year residents in 2020 and 2021 and file their 2020 and 2021 individual tax returns by December 31st. The amount one receives varies due to one's financial status. Idaho State Legislature and Governor approved the rebate package in September during a special session at the state's legislature. It was part of a $1 billion piece of legislation to include tax cuts, education spending, and other initiatives. State authorities started sending out rebates in late September and have plans to dole out more payments as additional residents qualify, per the Idaho State Tax Commission. Lawmakers in New Jersey eye another expansion of a new tax rebate program. Yeah, New Jersey lawmakers are poised for a minor expansion of a newly enacted property tax rebate program. Senator Joe Vitale, a Democrat from Middlesex, earlier this week introduced a bill that would expand awards under the $2 billion Anchor program to renters living in buildings that make payments in lieu of taxes. This all began when one of my constituents called our office and was curious. They were told by their landlord that since they were a tenant, they weren't eligible for the Anchor program. We did some research and we wanted to make sure that the language in the bill was correct. Anchor, the Anchor program, provides property tax credits worth up to $1,500 for qualifying homeowners and $450 for tenants whose rent payments go partially to their landlord's property taxes. The first round of credits paid on 2019 tax bills are due to go out in the spring. Lawmakers are concerned that tenants in the buildings that make pilots and therefore do not pay property taxes could be denied an award or check. New Jersey's pilot program allows municipalities to grant hefty tax abatements to developments in blighted areas. In some cases, they can last up to 30 years. It's not clear yet whether the bill will advance at all. While the measure is unlikely to face opposition from either party, though, but they will actually need to make a change, or it said lawmakers are examining whether they will need to change the law. So we'll have to see here. Next up, with student loan forgiveness currently stuck in the courts for 40 million Americans, here's how the feds are still, well, the feds, not the Federal Reserve, but here's how the feds are still erasing debt. The administration has still managed to cancel billions of dollars in debt through other relief programs. The complexity of paying student loans starts early. The federal government offers a grace period of 6 months to fresh college graduates in which they're free to skip their payments. similar to the student loan moratorium. The price of that postponement, however, at least until now, was that interest kept growing on the debt. The feds then capitalized the unpaid interest. That is, they added to the borrower's principal balance. At that point, the loan is often larger than what a borrower first took out. The federal government has also capitalized interest after borrowers paused their loan payments. The Education Department estimated it charged nearly $22 billion in interest capitalization in fiscal year 2019 alone. No new interest has been charged on federal student loans since March 2020, thanks to the student loan payment pause. But it really accelerates balance growth and it's really confusing. So getting rid of it is a win-win. The administration intends to do away with that practice almost entirely. One of the many changes to the student loan program formalized in the recent weeks. The changes come as the federal district judge in Texas, a single judge, struck down President Biden's plan for student loan debt relief, at least temporarily, while it's being appealed and may go to the Supreme Court yet again. The Education Department has stopped taking applications for the debt relief for now, although 26 million people have already applied. However, a lot of these changes are going to remain anyways because this is just like reform to the practices, which is a good thing. In addition to this, the administration has already discharged the debts of tens of thousands of students who will or who did obtain predatory institutions like Corinthian College, ITT Tech, and new rules will make it easier for borrowers to sue universities who defrauded them as well. Some $5.8 billion in student loan debt was canceled years after the collapse of Corinthian College's which now Vice President Kamala Harris sued as Attorney General of California when she was the Attorney General of California. Through those programs alone, which basically canceled debt completely for colleges that closed on people and basically just left them high and dry or defrauded people, there was like somewhere like $35 billion in student loans completely just canceled for people. So this is different. This was done before the $10,000 to $20,000. It's a different type of cancellation, and it was also for disabled people as well. We were reporting on this months before the $10,000 to $20,000. It's through a different program. It's for because if you were going to college and your college just closed on you, went bankrupt, should you really and you haven't even got a degree, should you really have to pay for that student loan? I mean, yeah, it's a completely different type of story. You know, remember these are for-profit colleges, so it's a completely different type of thing. So you can let me know your thoughts here on that. It's also for permanently disabled people as well can apply for permanent um, student loan forgiveness as well. But now remember here when we go forward here. After this election here, we and remember we're actually a lot of these stories here. We're actually seeing a lot of states actually looking for more tax relief, stimulus checks here, even going forward here after the election. So that's a really good sign here. So a lot of people, you know, you always see in the comment section, oh, they're just trying to do this just to get votes. It seems that it wasn't the case. That's a good thing. So now we're seeing a lot of people or a lot of states saying, hey, let's continue to give money back to our people, our constituents, our residents. So that's a good thing. So we're already starting to see that, hey, it wasn't just an election gimmick. We're already starting to see as soon as they come back in session, they're already starting to say, all right, let's continue to help out our residents. Inflation's at a 40-year high. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. So you guys can let me know your thoughts here on this. Let's hope that the federal government as well does the same thing. So you got to remember that right now, about 60% or two-thirds of Americans right now are living paycheck to paycheck, struggling with high inflation, and really, even like inflation's coming down a little bit. They say the problem is that it's been going on for so long, it's actually hurting people as bad or worse. And the other problem here is that even if inflation is coming down a little bit, inflation in some categories like food is not coming down. It's actually going up. So like that hurts low income people even worse. So yeah, I mean, it's a good thing that like, so remember that revenue for the US government last year was the highest ever on record. Probably for a lot of states too. I mean, I can't speak for every single state. You'd have to look it up. But probably a lot of states had their highest revenue years ever. And so this is a good thing. They can help out people at the same time and be, fiscally responsible. Because I mean, look at all these states that have billions and billions of dollars of surplus money, so they can help out people and have budget surpluses at the same time. Yeah. So if you think about this, this is a good thing. This is a good thing. Like we have all this money, let's use it appropriately. So it's either like, hey, roads and bridges, or actually help out people, right? Yeah. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments, and I'll keep you up to date here. So make sure to subscribe down below to our YouTube channel if you haven't yet. Click the subscribe button, then the bell icon so you don't miss out on our new videos that come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And thank you so much for liking and sharing these videos as well. You can click here to watch my newest video next. And here is another video about checks coming out here that you might not even know about. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.